The shots rang out as fellow students were loading their buses to go home. Now, Brad, right now, this is as close as troopers are letting us get to the crash. I'm going to step out of the frame here. We believe that to be the dive team that may have searched a well on the property over to my left. They're going to bring more equipment so they can sort of sift through the ground and see if they can find any more evidence. This is the line of storms Eric just told us about and that are just now coming over downtown Jackson. Lieutenant Wilbanks says troopers are now sitting 8 feet off the ground, 3 feet higher than they would be in a normal patrol car. But Sheriff Kleiss says not to worry. The doors to the outside are in good condition.
That the remains are of Holly Bobo.
A gut-wrenching reaction as the TBI announces the skull found in North Decatur County belongs to Holly Bobo. Bobo supporters say knowing the remains are hers doesn't make it easier to hear.
I'm hurt that there's such people out there that can do such to a person. And justice will be served.
Kristen Young, who went to high school with Holly, says she feels like closure is now within reach.
It was a shock to everybody that in a small town something like this would happen.
Young says Monday night's news conference confirmed her worst fears.
I still deep down inside believe that she was still somewhere alive.
Some Bobo supporters say they hope newly elected District Attorney Matt Stowe does seek the death penalty against Zach Adams and Jason Autry, the two men indicted in Holly's kidnapping and murder.
In my opinion, they need to die the same way she had to.
I think now they'll be able to lay what they have of Holly to rest, and there will be a lot of closure in this town. We just hope that everybody involved is put to they get what they deserve.
In Decatur County, Brittany Nicholson, WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News. Some were too upset to speak on camera, but his uncle tells me he's glad the plea for justice has been heard.
Wesley was such a good kid that you couldn't think of any reason why somebody would want to hurt him.
Patrick Bird remembers his nephew Wesley Conway as a fun-loving, happy-go-lucky guy. He says 28-year-old Conway's murder has left his family shattered. Last November, Conway was shot in his Decaturville driveway just feet from his family, asleep in bed. Since then, investigators say they've had very few leads.
It's just been hectic. It's been up and down. You always wonder if there are going to be answers or what's going to happen.
But Tuesday, some of those answers came forward. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation returned an indictment on Dustin Lovelace. He's charged with first-degree murder along with a laundry list of various robbery, theft, firearm, and drug charges. Bird says Conway considered Lovelace a good friend.
Wesley didn't consider a lot of people close friends, but he did consider Dusty close.
The Conway family says they plan to leave these blue bows hanging in downtown Decaturville to remind people Wesley's sudden, senseless death will not be forgotten.
We was all kind of shocked that it come today, but we was really relieved to start finally getting some answers and hope this is just the start of getting more answers and getting all the truth that happened.
Liberty is a very good school. This is unusual.
The school bell rings at Liberty Tech High School Thursday. Moments later, the sound of gunfire.
The victim and suspect, they both are students here, and school had been dismissed, and it happened just right out here in front of the school as school was letting out.
Police say a 16-year-old shot a fellow student once in the left thigh. They believe the 17-year-old victim and the gunman know each other.
We know that this was, the victim was specifically targeted. We are still investigating the motive.
For Betty Purriers, who works in the cafeteria, she now feels unsafe, knowing that a 16-year-old was not only able to get his hands on a deadly weapon, but brought it to school.
People can buy on the streets or anywhere, you know, anywhere.
Jackson Police, Madison County Sheriff's Department, and the Tennessee Highway Patrol all responded to canvas immediately and were able to identify, track down, and take the teen into custody quickly. Police say they're always preparing for situations like this one.
We have school shootings that happen all over the country, and we've talked about it in many staff meetings that, you know, it's just a matter of time before it happens here.
Purrier says she hopes Jackson Police and the school work together to increase campus security.
Metal detectives, you know, you ain't gonna stop everything, but you can, you know, kind of slow it down.
Emma loves to twirl. but sometimes twirling isn't possible.
She's had 9 brain surgeries since she was 5 months old.
Emma has hydrocephalus, a condition that causes fluid to gather on the brain. Her mom, Shara McLowan, says the condition is pretty unpredictable.
Can never know. She had 3 surgeries of those 9 were in the last 5 weeks. So you just never know. And we live with that every day, not having any idea what's going to happen.
Shara is the chair of the Hydrocephalus Walk in Chattanooga, and that's how she and Emma met Miss Metropolitan Darby Schumacher, who invited her to this week's pageant.
If Emma's up for it, if Emma's healthy, why doesn't she come? Why doesn't she come one night and then meet everyone?
So Emma, her mom, and her grandmother drove 5 hours, where she put on a dress just like Shelby Thompson, Miss Tennessee 2013.
Short silver one.
Oh, she saw Shelby in her short silver dress at the meet and greet picture, so she loves the sequin dresses.
After Wednesday night's preliminary competition, Emma got the surprise of a lifetime. She met Miss Tennessee for the first time, got to walk the stage, received her own crown, and of course, twirled.
You know, when you're a princess, you can normally recognize other princesses. So I recognized that she was a fellow princess right away.
In downtown Jackson, Brittany Nicholson, WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News.